That's how we get her done. Lil Wayne, I forgot my weed last week.
And we were just on top of the episode. And you're like, you know what I don't like? Productivity.
Progress. I don't like progress.
To hell with your productivity.
Welcome back to the Concession Stand. I'm Marlon.
And I'm Gabe.
How you doing? You in a turtleneck.
Yeah, niggas. Try to stay warm by being cool. You see me.
This Bond movie is having a...
Yeah, okay. Listen, I'm...
don't do the laugh.
No, the Bond movie is definitely transporting me.
Definitely.
I'm invested.
You. Oh, don't. Oh, come on.
Let me...
The GQ. Oh, Jesus. The fact that you know your angles is startling.
Listen, again... It's trying to be warm by staying cool,
It is getting cold outside.
Fam, I walked out this door in a whole different outfit. I said, nope, straight for the turtleneck.
I know those, especially with our city. Like, you can look outside and shit look fucking beautiful.
And listen.
Touch out there. You
or worse is when you...
Video with the bricks.
Or worse is when you're in a little neighborhood and you're like, well, it's not that windy. And you step onto the main boulevard and next thing you know, that wind catch you in your chest.
You know what it is, too? A lot of people who, like... are in and out of their car.
Yeah. Don't do that.
20 seconds you went to the gas station to pay, that doesn't mean you know the temperature.
No, you don't. Oh, it's really cold. You don't even know, Dwayne. You don't even know.
What, Dwayne?
I don't know.
That sounds like...
It was the first...
Sound like you reverted back to a memory.
It was this morning, actually. Me and my nigga talked to me. He's like, man, it's not even that cold outside. I said, nigga, you've been in your car all day. Stop it. Knock it off.
How was your week?
Not bad. It was busy.
Busy?
We slow rolling out here. But I can't complain. Watched some stuff, did some things.
I'm trying to shed the weight on my Twitter.
I've been seeing it's been quite the Squid Game on your Twitter follow.
Oxtail games. Yes, I see Oxtail games.
Should have called it the calamari games. Ugh, missed opportunity.
Well.
No, you see what I did there.
I did
no,
yeah.
That's okay.
I forget. No, I've been following people. Like, how do you follow so many people? I'm like, it's been years. First of all,
and you've been very loose. You've been loose with the follow.
Well, yeah. Like, if I see somebody constantly in my mentions,
this is in fact how we know each other.
You know
loose with the follow.
If I constantly see someone in my mentions, I feel like it's disrespectful for me to continue talking to this person all the time and just not follow back.
Especially when if you've been banting back and forth a couple of times, you're like, I kind of have to follow the person.
It's not like I look at the tweets anyways. It's like they're all on my homepage.
They're like, this
I
is
have my
too many.
list of actual follows.
You have like, you be making lists for like your actual TL.
I got multiple lists. I have like for Raptors games when Raptor games are
Oh
on.
no, Raptor list is
Raptor
important.
Analysts. I have my friends who watch Raptor games. All those stuff. People on there.
Dishes and Dimes. They're a great follow.
Yep, this great follow, great podcast. Check that out. I have a UK list from UK people when I want to know what's going on.
You want to go? What's going on? You want to go?
I need to make a New York list.
You said pod unironically. You sick nigga.
I want to see what's going on the New York Twitter, so I need to make a list of that.
Oh, you just be having regional Twitters.
Yeah, because I like to separate it. You get a better feel of.
You think that's how Drake be looking for new rappers? He would just be having
absolutely not
regional Twitter threads.
Some niggas be in his email like nonstop. Oliver's email is like public information. So I would just send him shit nonstop.
Info at OVO.
Imagine. Send songs at OVO.com.
Oliver at info at OVO.com.
But yeah, people are dancing today. I think tomorrow I'm gonna.
So why did you make? First of all, let's unpack this. So you put out a tweet. And you said, dance to retain your follow.
Yes.
And these motherfuckers
started... if you want to spare yourself from elimination.
Started posting GIFs and abiding by the tweet.
Yes.
Just to retain your punk-ass follow.
Which will not stand. They will lose
They are the first ones, in fact. If they fall for it, they are the first ones to get...
I might go through that list first.
It was a trick question. First to the list, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I actually screenshotted a dude. Shout out to my guy who said, I'm safe. Tomorrow, I'm going to go back to that tweet. I bookmarked the tweet, saved it.
Check again.
And I'm going to go there tomorrow and I'm going to fucking let him know. No one will be spared. No one. I'm inevitable.
I'm just laughing because these people started posting gifs and be like, please, Marlon, please follow me, please.
No, they're having fun though. I don't think it's like that.
No, of course. It's for lols.
Why you and my girlfriend keep doing It really is.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
How is it not?
I'm sure. There's a couple people in there be like, I really this is all I got for my Toronto
There are
clout.
some people losing clout.
No, there's a lot of people like, well, that do McFly follows me.
It's weird that
There's a couple that
holds weight somewhere in the world.
Don't fucking fake modesty on me.
No, I like it.
What are we doing?
I love it. But it's still weird.
Oh no, it's weird as fuck.
I love it.
This is what
the heck did I sign up for this? I love it. But no, I signed up for this, so I know what it is. But it's still weird to me. Like, I get why people take pictures with celebrities, but I'll never do it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, for myself, what would it do for me?
It's weird.
What it does something for other people, and I respect that. If it does something for you,
I mean, if it pumps up their clout, you know,
don't do shit for me, but it does something for somebody else. So
okay, that's
one
way. That's sure. I
can't call these things.
I would not know either.
I'm
but
not going to indulge though. So
sure. I mean, that's
what it is.
That's a left turn, but I can appreciate that.
Not a left turn at all. It's a great parallel. Might be a right turn.
So what else did you watch this week?
Watch Godfather. That was some ass.
You watched Godfather 2?
Oh yeah, your favorite? Trash. Oh my god. What is with people in this Godfather series, bro? Y'all niggas are on crud. Now I understand 1974
hold on.
cinematography, yada yada yada. But the whole Fredo thing, come on, who didn't see that coming from a mile away? Fredo, I know it was you. You broke my heart. This is a fuck. I'm so sick of this chair. I'm just gonna stand. I'm so sick of this chair.
Marlon, you broke my heart.
Godfather 2.
Marlon, you broke my heart.
I shouldn't break your heart. We had this discussion before. We've seen Fredo in so many different. You know who Fredo is?
And you didn't.
Do you know who Fredo is?
Who?
Theon Greyjoy.
Who?
Theon Greyjoy.
Sure.
It's the same character. A guy who's a brother, who's a son, that doesn't view himself as a brother or a son. Thank you, sir. And ends up turning on the family.
I'm just
ends up turning on his family.
You
to
understand
prove himself as a man.
This is what you're doing right now by saying you don't like The Godfather. It is the eternal story. We are brothers in the fight, and you are turning your back on good cinema on a cinema podcast.
Okay, so then let me just go read the Bible.
Cain and Abel. It's an eternal story. But you're making the point,
but
and they
illustrate.
But they illustrate this in such a way that it looks very beautiful.
How? How does it look very beautiful?
In the sense like how Shakespeare is beautiful. You know how the story's gonna end, but it's not. This is art. This is what we're doing. Do you seriously not like The Godfather Part 2? Are you zagging? I can't tell if this is a bit. I'm just being very emotional right now. Niggas, this is a bit. We're having a laugh. We're having a laugh. Taking a piss. You're taking a piss, mate. No. You're taking a fucking piss, mate.
Nah, I peed before I got here.
Are you actually?
That is that movie is mid. It's okay. It really is okay.
That's really sad. I'm really, really sad about that.
It really is okay though.
You didn't like the parts with Robert De Niro. You didn't like the duality of him starting Genco Olive while Michael is making a company go legit. Those parallels, no, none.
Does that excite you? Does that excite you guys over there? Did you guys watch Godfather?
I did. I watched it in a day once.
Okay.
All of them.
Uh-huh.
That's possibly why I didn't love it. It was very prolonged.
Or you just didn't love it. That's okay.
I like mob movies. Like,
I love this is the thing. Goodfellas? Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god. I can watch Goodfellas every day of the week. The way they built up the story, the way they show him being groomed. That is great television. Godfather, fucking snore. Fucking snore. You know what Goodfellas is? Jay-Z. Stands the test of time. You know who fucking Godfather is? Niggity Nas. Boring.
Look at Gabe.
Whispers. Shit is ass.
Gabe, did you write the movie?
A 2-pack of ass. Scopola, it's ass. I'll tell you to your face. I'll tell you, come to the studio. I'll tell you to her face. It's ass. I'll tell your daughter to her face too. It was ass. She ruined number 3, didn't she?
No, she did. We gotta. In fact, we can't call please on that.
ruined number
No,
3.
that's a fact. No, that's a fact. Listen,
Apparently she was like the worst actor of all time.
when you love something, you got to acknowledge its flaws. And we all acknowledge, Godfather Part 3 is a movie. It's like an accident kid. You're like, fuck, yeah, we love it for the story, but shit. But
It's
dog,
the Fredo of all.
no, but
all
dog,
3.
I feel so betrayed right now.
I don't understand. I want to know what parts of it were like so wowing to you. And I don't mean
It's the
I don't
conversations.
mean 2021. I don't mean 2021 Gabe. that
Like the
has
first
seen
time
all
I
the iterations
like no I liked it because forget it.
We can like-
I don't like something because it's easy, it's copied often where everybody's like they've all
But do you
referenced it.
see why I would say that?
I appreciated that because you're watching this movie at a later date, it's hard for you to separate it from all of its it's the predecessors, not predecessors, but all the other ones that have copied from it.
Yeah.
I get it. My issue is this. Looking at something for a piece of art. I can take a fucking photograph, but the Mona Lisa is still really cool. Like it's so good to look at. It's not a good depiction of a woman in Italy, but it's a beautiful piece of art.
Mid.
I'm not talking. It's the art style. I'm not looking because she's a babe. I'm looking at it because it's something somebody made. It is an
What do you mean
expression.
the art style? So like, what's the art style?
When you look at if you look at a chair that's maybe not aesthetically beautiful, but you realize the motherfucker cut down the tree and sanded the wood and made it handmade.
just appreciating how
the appreciation
how
of the
it came
craft.
together. Okay.
The idea that you could see something in that way and execute it and it could last the test of time.
I will say that and I'm not too sure if it was done before, the jumping of time periods and the jumping of...
It was done before, but it was never done where the story was so seamlessly... You can appreciate both sides of the story without it being like a compromise.
Okay.
Like both guys got nominated for Best Lead Actor. Like because they are in the movie as both lead actors, even though it's two different times. That's never really been done so eloquently before.
Who do you think carried more weight?
Definitely Michael, because you're reprising a character. I think like De Niro would be hard to be like, how am I going to be like Marlon Brando? But he made it all his own, and it's his own thing. But Michael having to reprise a whole story arc that we already have a relationship with in Godfather 1, that's much harder. And it was done so, he's so cold. He plays such a villain. His eye, like they shoot him where his eyebrow, the shadow makes his eyes look black. Like it's such an interesting art expression. And you got up there and you like, nigga, Goodfellas did it in under an hour and a half. Fuck you. Like I get it. It's faster, it's sexier, it's louder, more drugs. But there's no time. There's no precious.
There's time.
No.
There's time. I don't
it's
need
different.
to be lulled.
I love them.
I don't need to be lulled.
I love them both, but there's a difference.
There is a difference. Good, mid.
Oh.
It's the only difference that matters. Good and mid. It's all right.
Listen, I understand now that every time I made fun of Will Smith, how deeply you must have felt. Like how deeply hurt and traumatized you felt all of those times. And I'm talking about, that might have been our second episode, is when I'm so sorry because I too now feel the pain of being stabbed repeatedly for something I love. I get it.
Too bad Michael didn't do it himself, right?
Oh, Jesus
He
Christ.
just gets everybody else to do it for him.
Oh, this guy
Real fucking duck guy, huh? Got the fucking mouillons, huh? Fuck out of here.
you motherfucker.
You. Yeah, big mid.
Mid.
Big mid. Dumpster juice, hot dog water, whatever you want to call it. Variations of mid.
Anyways, moving right along. What else did you watch? This is nuts. This is actually nuts.
Did you finish Squid Games?
I did. Yeah, it was fine. We talked about it last time.
You.
Oh, I finished you.
You finished it?
I finished
I
it.
didn't finish it.
Well, this nigga Joe, this nigga's a sicko, dog.
He's been a sicko.
No.
So
this
liked
nigga.
it.
Oh,
I like the excitement in your voice. Says
I
it's good.
like it in the sense that it's written in such a pace that you're like, I guess I have to watch what happens next. Like it keeps you involved. The story doesn't really dramatically change, but there's always like an interesting.
There's always a thing.
And it does so much. It doesn't cover a lot of time, but suddenly you're 9 episodes in and you're like, oh, fuck.
You watched Dexter, right?
I got through half of Dexter.
Okay. Do you think it's better than Dexter? In terms of serial killer movies?
No,
TV shows?
Dexter is, the writing in that is far.
How many serial killer TV shows are there? And why is that glorified?
Dexter, why is it glorified? Well, that's a whole deep, dark, wired, true crime podcast like all the rage right now because people kind of like the idea.
Yeah. There's something about like them tapping into certain crimes via TV that's always weird. Like there's only SVU that's done
the sexual
type vibe, right?
The sexual violence department. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that what it was?
SVU, Special Victims Unit. That's what. Yeah. But usually it's around that.
Yeah, it's around something that has to do with sex for sure.
But then and then now they have organized crime with Law and Order. But this one
more so like with
But these like those shows are like more cop shows as opposed to
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a show. That was a movie, no?
They had show and movie.
Really?
They made like 3 different things at once.
The one with Zac Efron.
There's that one. There's another one that Netflix just had.
Do you know who's in that other one?
Which one?
Chad Michael Murray from the from
fucking,
One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
He's the other one. Yeah. I just saw that. Funny you bring
Ted
that.
Bundy?
Yeah, dog.
Not buying it.
I'm like,
he whispers.
It looks so.
He's not charming.
He whispers. Can't hear him.
Hey,
come in my car.
What?
Huh?
How was that?
Come again?
You can't even kidnap properly.
You gotta come in my car.
Kidnap quietly.
That's freaking hilarious.
That's wild.
But yeah, you're right. I classify you as better than Dexter. I would not go so far.
Okay.
But you was interesting. It straddles the line between like. What was that movie, the TV show that we watched, the British one where the souls were changing places and they from her eyes, through her eyes?
Yeah.
It's better than that.
Okay.
So it's not like that. It's a little bit strong. It's a lot stronger.
I can see that vibe.
Because it comes from like that Lifetime. Like it comes from those people, those developers.
And it's that tension that you feel throughout of, don't get caught.
Right. And you're cheering for the bad guy some way, but you're also maybe cheering for the people trying to catch him.
I'm not cheering for anybody trying to catch them. They're all dickheads, like almost all of them. And all of them seem like they have something to hide.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm at episode 4.
Well, they normalize it. That's why.
Well, there's that. And like, this season,
where are
like
you?
it's fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, because now this is their first part of their Netflix contract. The other 2 were Lifetime.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first one
Netflix is handling.
that Netflix is exclusively handling.
In terms of how they shot it and stuff, it's better.
Doesn't it look better?
It looks better.
Right.
However, storyline, they're losing me a bit.
Well, I think they're trying something a little broader because we've seen Joe do the same thing twice already. Where he moves a place, tries to play cool, kills the person, has to move. Like they've done that him by himself, but now that his character has changed, now he's married with the other serial killer chick. That's a whole different story to tell.
Well, let's start there with those 2.
Well, this is the thing.
The whole plot
she's a gorgeous looking Hillary Duff lookalike.
Yeah, everybody's finally realizing.
We've been saying that from the beginning.
Yeah, like this is very much. I can't see anything but Hillary Duff.
I was like, look at Hillary get a new bag, and I was like, oh, it's not.
she friggin' this whole storyline of them both not trusting each other because they both kill people.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. I don't know if I like it. But it is interesting.
It pays off.
Okay.
It pays off because it's interesting because they're both trying to gameplay each other.
They're both trying to one up each other secretly while fronting on each other that they're for each other.
I think there's like a commentary about relationships about that. You know, it's one of those. Projecting. It's one of those. Oh, wow. This nigga.
Picked up the drink. Telltale sign. Projecting. Fucking. What I really don't like. I know I don't like this for sure. When I heard it, my face. Get close up right here. They're putting in anti-vax propaganda in the show.
There is. It's so brief though. It's
not.
It is.
It's not.
It really is.
Dog, it's not. It's been 3 scenes now. I've counted over 2.
No,
what
I mean like plot wise.
Oh yeah, obviously plot wise, but that of course it's going.
Oh no,
to.
it's the whole.
It's going to.
There's a whole episode dedicated to that. But then it's done. It closes. But here's the thing: each episode is such a different adventure. It doesn't really matter.
I'm on the episode where it's predicated on that.
Yeah.
Where Gil gets boxed up the head.
So after that, it's never mentioned again.
But still, I don't care. Why?
I mean,
it's so obvious.
Sure.
It's gross.
Again,
it's like when you saw the
forget
Only You video and you saw the fucking Pantene Pro V bottle in the shower with Ashanti, and I'm like, there's never anything in the shower when the celebrities are trying to have sex with us through the camera. It's just them in the shower. Why is Pantene broken? And then it gets a little
solo shot.
I'm like,
A little fadeaway shot.
Yuck, you're broke.
Yeah, the poverty. Product placement.
This show is influenced by something else.
But it always is. This is an indie fucking TV.
Well, it always is, but it's a lot more subtle. And
you want it to weave in a lot quiet. Much more subtext.
I need a nigga in the basement to make a YouTube documentary about what's going on.
Because embedded in the story.
Yeah, don't just be like, don't vax or vax.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like it.
I agree. I get it.
It's very weird.
But mind you, the James Bond plot is also about a global virus.
A lot. When we look back, honestly, this is what I realized, because people are like, yo, did you realize that fucking movie came out in blah, 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 and they talked about this and blah. I'm like, they're all the same stories. Global virus movies we've had.
You know how
they would all sound the same because you would do the same things.
I'll do you one better. You know who had the first global virus story?
Magic Johnson.
No, it's the Bible. You're sick. I just caught what you just said. That's nuts. That's nuts.
I thought it was magic. I thought it was Philadelphia.
I passed right by it.
That was Tom Hanks. Denzel.
That's nuts. I was talking about like the story of plagues. Well, great. Thanks for coming. It's been a great time having you on the show.
It's been great.
Almost got to 50 episodes, guys.
We did.
We almost did.
It's 52.
Wow, we just made it.
I just cracked it.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Grand closing, guys.
It's been great having you.
No, but what movie was it?
I'm just talking about like plagues, like the Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
Like that's like a grand plague that affects a land.
Yeah.
That story's that old. Locusts. What do you think locusts are? It's just a macro version.
So God made it a hot line.
And boils. Oh.
But coronavirus made it a hot song.
You're sick.
I feel you. I feel you. I see the transition there. But this is my thing, right? This might be just my brain. You know me. These guys know me on the conspiracy tip. I just be putting things together.
Of course, sure.
I just be putting
dots, connected, wires.
All of a sudden, Mr. Penn Badgley? Jamaican.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A
real one.
He mentions Cardi B for no reason at all.
In the show. Oh, yeah.
Or so it would appear in an interview.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Cardi B goes, oh my God, he knows who I am. You're Cardi B, first of all.
So, come on. Why are you surprised?
Like, come on. He lives in America. He knows who you are. If
Cardi,
he lived in Malaysia,
who?
then I'd be like, you have a point. That's incredible.
I can see how these two worlds would meet.
He lives in New York. You're from where again, Cardi? New York? Okay, got it. You're in Pepsi commercials during the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm just really pissed. So now all of a sudden, they're switching Avies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I do know what's going on.
Oh, you're thinking it's a little cross the advertisements.
Netflix
the communications play. You're saying the comms play? The comms department put this together?
Who's better to scream?
The chess moves.
Who's better to scream in terms of celebrity? Who's better to endorse something?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I think Cardi
great choice. She's a great choice.
In terms of authenticity, you would, if there was a ranking list of celebrities, people would
put her up top.
Put her up at the top.
Palatable across all audiences.
Because you watched it happen. She's still the same person.
Same person.
At least it appears that. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she's ever endorsed something she doesn't stand by.
No.
So,
but she does it in such a sly way you don't even realize it's an endorsement. This wasn't sly at all. This was very... You don't think so?
Very messy. That's why I thought it was a roll-up.
Oh.
First of all, it's the first week. Squid Games, body in their ass.
Oh, right. So you need to pump up. You need to pump up these stats.
You need to pump it up somehow. You need a promoter.
Oh, also this. Succession just came out.
Oh man, yeah, no.
That's so you're pulling. You're trying to pull all these audiences.
HBO's rolling out new shit. Paramount Plus rolling out new shit.
All those Law and Orders.
Dog. So it's like I feel like they're in the.
I'm like Law and Orders on the Peacock.
People might think that oh, they're Netflix. Why do they don't need money and yada yada yada.
No, they got to compete.
If you run into 1 year of thinking, I'm Netflix, I'm good. You're done in 5.
Finished.
You
can't.
finished in 5.
Well, because everybody's gunning for your head, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's looking for a
constantly.
reason to cut into your steak. And that's why everybody started buying up all their versions. Like, oh, we want everything on the NBC catalog. We want everything on the ABC catalog. Because that's to shore up their audience. Just to make sure.
Microcosm of life, really.
There's... Go on.
There's
an explanation here.
Streams, watch, whoever is streaming least but is still a player in the game is going to come up with the most innovative ways to gain an audience. And so on.
So they're just to try to build your audience, you have to be as competitive.
Top is going to be the least innovative.
Right.
Hence this little switcheroo of
I see
the
what you're
profile
saying.
picks.
No, I see.
While other people are actually acquiring shows that are going to draw an audience. Acquiring talent that are going to draw an audience.
Right.
You have SiriusXM, even though this is not streaming, SiriusXM
Rory
in the
and Mal.
radio space. They got Rory and Mal. They got Bella Porch, who is one of the highest girls on people on TikTok.
Yeah.
They did a commercial just the other day with all their new radio lineup people. And it's all the celebrities that are like the hosts of the radio shows.
Really?
Got Diplo, Bella Porch.
Yeah, all those. Oh, they are doing those commercials.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like they're finding innovative ways. I don't see Netflix has a bevy of talent under their belts that are strictly Netflix talent.
It's true.
That they could be doing creative stuff like that for. But
You're right.
They're not thinking that way. And that's the way, if they sleep at all, it's over for them.
Really?
I think they're getting a little desperate. I hate to say it, but Andrew Schultz might have been right.
I don't think they're desperate yet. Because I think they always catch one.
Disney on their ass.
Yeah, but right now Disney is relying on what? Ted Lasso? What else is an Apple series?
C is growing. Its popularity. Almost a Game of Thrones slow burn.
Sure.
Like that, how Game of Thrones at the start was like.
Netflix had picked up the Shondaverse, so they got the Bridgertons. And then they flipped that and said, oh, here's some new content. Squid Game. Netflix. Oh, by the way, we have more controversy if you want us to be edgy with this Dave Chappelle stuff. So they're ready. They're covering all their bases.
Well, I think they got into a lucky few months this past couple months.
With all the extra advertising.
With all the outside of stuff that they could have controlled advertisement.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Squid Game is nothing without Twitter.
Of course not.
And Instagram. It's nothing without
that's what you want to know. You want to know how you trend. And they always make it for the trendy time.
Well, they always try to make it for it, but who caught fire like Squid Game in terms of memeability?
But
I haven't
they've done
seen
it
anything
before.
like this since like Hunger Games.
No, you haven't seen anything like this. Like what? Money Heist.
No, Money Heist never had this memeability.
You don't think so?
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? To support
a lot
your
of people
point.
I know didn't know until Money Heist until season 5.
No,
6.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, it was a little late.
Season 1 out the gate.
Out the gate.
Boom. Like it's really reminding me of you right out the gate. People were really about it, but no, there was a lot.
No, that's when it got to Netflix. Because before it was a Lifetime show. It existed on TV.
It was on TV before it came.
It was on
to
TV
actual...
and it died, and that's why Netflix picked it up. Because they put the 2 seasons, it spiked.
Yeah.
And then the audience found them again. Much like, what's another version of that? Superstore. Remember Superstore?
Yeah.
Superstore was on TV for years.
I did not know that.
Nobody watched it. They moved all the seasons, and then suddenly, when they're wrapping up their last season, they're like, oh, this is a great show. We want more. They're like, yeah, sorry. Contract's done.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
So sometimes things have 2 lives, which is why Netflix always catches a body, because they got their eyes on this works, just not the right environment.
Yeah.
Put it on our service. So they're doing that shit. They find a Squid Game that's just been sitting on the shelf somewhere. And then on top of that, every so often they pick up somebody's universe. And all of a sudden now you're living off of that money. And then, by the way, all your favorite old movies are here too. Like Netflix is just, they gamed the system early,
like
and I think they know the moves.
They know the moves.
And all they have to do is just innovate a little bit.
That's crazy. I never really thought of it that way because I never knew that a lot of these shows
had first lives.
Yeah. You'd think you'd hear about it, at least, especially with the pandemonium that some of these shows have now. That's pretty wild. Yeah, no. So Godfather's mid. Insecure is coming back next week.
It is.
Insecure is back next week.
True.
Are you excited?
I am.
Do you like the show?
I do.
Are you love the show? Like the show?
I like the show.
Okay. Why don't you love the show? What's
to be,
stopping you from
I got there
loving it?
really late. Like I got there way after the hype.
Oh, okay.
So I think like I enjoy it, but if you were there while everything was happening with the bands on Twitter,
Then you love
and
it, yeah.
then it's a
Invested,
nostalgic
yeah,
value.
yeah.
But I got there late. I just binged all of it. I was like, oh, this is dope. I just wasn't
When
there.
did you start watching it? Season 2?
No, like season 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's on season 5. This is about to be the fifth and final season. So you haven't seen season 4. Are you all caught up?
I'm not caught up yet.
Oh, okay.
I saved it so when season 5 drops, I'm back
Can I
here.
do spoilers or?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, Consuela, that's not her real name, but nobody
Nobody
says
knows
her
that.
real name because it's like something like very. What is it? Condoleezza? Canola? Canola? The girl that Lawrence gets pregnant.
I don't know the name at all.
Lawrence gets a girl pregnant that he's dating. They were dating,
Okay.
so they were together.
Okay.
But then they stopped dating, and him and Issa got back together.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Lawrence, buddy.
Got back together. No, it's good, though. Like, when they get back together, you're like,
This is right.
come on.
This fits.
Come on. And they're doing great, doing amazing. He gets a job offer that is upstate, and she's like, I'll move with you. There's no problem. And they're like, all right, cool. Condola. That's her name. I knew it was something like that. So
Condoleezza.
then
Condoleezza?
then Conquistador comes over, and she's like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Oof. And that's how it ends? That's how season
That's
4 ends?
basically how it ends.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
no wonder everybody's been so fucking anxious.
So
I need to know what happens.
yeah, you want to know. We're all waiting to find out. Does Issa become a stepmom?
Yikes.
Like,
Yikes.
is she down with that?
Wow.
How do you handle it? Her and the baby moms were friends.
Yeah.
So
Oy.
now are they still friends?
Hey,
What
is this sister wives?
what's happening?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's a lot of unanswered questions. The show is in its 5th season. I think that might be the golden number for TV shows.
5 or 6, I agree.
I think 5 or 6 is the best.
4 is really you're doing a mini series, like you're just doing a short story. 6, 5, and 6 tell a full,
Wire.
episodic thing.
The Wire is
7,
5 seasons.
7 and 8 is just too much. Like you're dragging
Sopranos
shit
is
on.
6 seasons.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad's 5 seasons.
Seinfeld's 9.
Yeah, well,
They had
there's
a TV run.
outliers. There's some outliers.
Nobody liked them until season 4
Game of Thrones
anyways.
is 8. Seinfeld's 9.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's 10.
Jesus.
11 starting on Sunday. This guy knows.
You guys excited?
Very excited. It's Larry David.
I know.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
You know what's made me more excited for that show than anything is that picture of him sitting at the gate.
At the not even it's not the
Oh, no,
game.
no, there's one
at the
at-
fashion show and he's just like,
Yeah, the fashion show. That's what it was.
listen,
I was like,
know
I
me.
bet he better be filming.
I said he wasn't. That's
makes it even
that's
better.
a real photo.
That makes it even better.
He said you promised a thing to a friend, and the friend's like, I really want you to support my girlfriend's fashion show. And he's like, me being there is not going to help anything. They're like, yes, it will. She'll love it. Come. Like I got there. He's like, it was like 2003 in there, and I don't know what that means, but it's so funny. It was 2003 in there, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, yeah, I didn't even realize the photo was had. 'Cause that's just how he is. He's a real fucking character.
He's amazing, man.
Have you seen him on Jimmy Kimmel?
No, I didn't see that. What he did a late night.
He sat down on Jimmy Kimmel's
As long as it's not Fallon, because Fallon laughs.
No, Fallon's terrible. This was this Jimmy Kimmel story is really funny.
Okay.
He missed dinner at Jimmy's house, so he was at Jimmy's house knocking on the door. And he's like, where are you? Jimmy's like, it's next Monday. I'm at a funeral.
Holy shit.
And Larry David responds,
This guy's fucked, man.
like, this guy's hilarious.
He's so real.
What?
He's so real. I want to get that rich where I can be real.
And they pay you to just hang out. You wanna,
Not real.
You want to like just not write a script and everybody just improvises for 8 episodes? Sure.
Why not?
Let's make 10 seasons of that. That's so cool.
He wants to do that. He's not. It's not that he's lazy. He's just
No, you know what it is?
Smart.
He wrote Seinfeld. You write 9 seasons of that, you're like, fuck it, I just want to make money hanging out with my friends.
and you start believing in your brain more than most people do.
There you go. That's a good point too.
Cause like just like Will Smith, who can tell me anything?
I am the people. I am the people.
I'm gonna be the leader of the people or the people for Halloween. I haven't chosen yet. Where does Insecure rank in black television?
Oh my gosh.
Where are you putting this in the black pantheon?
It's high. It's a top 5.
How many relationship centered black shows?
Insecure, Living Single.
I guess A Different World.
A Different World.
Jamie Foxx show. Him and Fancy.
Wayne's Bros? Kinda. No. So then you wouldn't take Smart Guy
I
either.
don't like the
Would you take
Brothers.
Really? You don't like Pops? You don't like Big John Witherspoon?
White Chicks was their greatest achievement to me, and outside of that, I have no.
The show was better.
Anything.
The show was just better than White Chicks.
Grand Pops is the only thing I was checking for, man. Granddad is.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I don't find them funny.
It's too much physical humor, but you
It's
like physical humor.
Physical humor. Sean is
Too much.
He's corny, but he plays it.
No,
flat
Marlon
or
is
deadpan.
the ridiculous one.
Yeah, Marlon's a ridiculous one. Sean is like, he's corny, but he plays it so flat and deadpan that it's not like when Will Smith's corny in Fresh Prince. They both had similar lines.
It doesn't hit the same. It comes off weird.
It comes off very weird.
You know what? That's
and he
actually
looks awkward and uncomfortable saying it sometimes.
Facts.
It's like he says it and his mouth barely moves. And it's like,
that's a very good point.
I'm like, you're supposed to be a suave guy. Why are you acting like a fucking nerd?
That's a fucking good point.
When Will Smith was delivering the lines, he was delivering the lines like, When he delivers the lines, it's like, It's like he's an 8-year-old. Like, just that.
It is. He's trying to play like a weird goofy, where he's like, he's supposed to be goofier than he's supposed.
He's trying to downplay his looks through his comedy in order to make himself seem more humble. But it only makes you seem fucking weird. It's like, I don't get it.
Weird.
It's just weird, bro.
No, that's a fact.
Damon is the funniest brother.
That's actually a very good point. And he's the one who got all the shows last.
Damon's the funniest brother. Keenan is the most creative, I would say, out of all of them. He's the one that created the most shows, no? Didn't he create all those shows?
Keenan wrote, different from, whatchamacallit? A Different World? No. In Living Color,
yeah. So, they're talented as a whole, but I just think Damon and Keenan are like the star players of that family.
By far. And then their sister who stars in everybody's thing.
Oh, yeah. She's like...
She's the utility player. She's the sixth man. Whatever you making, I'm there and I'm going to elevate it.
She's JYD. It's like, get in there, get me some rebounds. Get in there, get me some fouls. Get in there, get me some rebounds. Like, you just tell her what to do. She's like, all right, coach. Yeah, no. But yeah, where does it rank in black shows? Is it like
top
a classic?
5? I don't know. It's a classic. You need to like spend more time with it. Like I haven't left it and revisited it.
Okay, that's fair.
A classic is one of the ones where you can rent.
Kind of.
Okay.
Like I've rewatched the entire show
a couple of times.
Twice now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even since the 4th season.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, so you just the really 4th season, I watched it again to re-jog my memory for this season.
Sure.
And then I just found myself just liking it more because I was in a relationship now. And I could have those conversations. And I was like, yo, this shit works for single people and people in relationships. Like, it works both ways. So it's very dope. Plus,
that's a good point.
The conversations, I feel like it's a classic because of the types of conversations they had and how they structured those conversations. You had very real... I think... The reason Insecure and Atlanta stand out is the dialogue. The dialogue feels very authentic to the black experience. It's not compromising for any of its white viewers.
It isn't.
And you get...
But it's accessible still. Like, it doesn't feel like an excuse.
You still get a universal story.
Yeah.
This stuff happens to everyone, not just black people. But we can still show our story our way. Facts. You know what I mean? Okay. And I don't think I've seen a black show touch on polyamory. I don't think I've seen a black show touch on open relationships, mental health.
Yeah.
Talking about losing your best friend. Well, I've never seen a black show, especially show the process of losing a best friend. Like the best friend is always, no matter what,
just there.
Fucking ride or die. You may have one little squabble, but you fix it by the end of the episode.
It's almost a detriment that they're there all the time.
You know what I mean? So with this, they showed the real dynamics of just growing up.
Yep.
When you're a young adult trying to make it, trying something doesn't work out. Try something else, doesn't work out. Try something else, works out for a bit, doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Like they just show you the ebbs and flows of growing up as a black person.
Yeah, there's no stories like that where it's either children or old people.
Yeah.
And there's no like in between life living shows.
Yeah.
I think that's our staples in other industries or in other backgrounds.
Got a million. But
there's no good black one.
I can't speak to many that deal with this. If they have a show that's set with the young black characters, there's one problem only. Focus on that problem. Resolved.
Done.
Show's done.
Look at them.
That's it. This show has a
Complexity.
myriad of problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at times it feels like it's coming from everywhere, just like life at times. So I was just like, they did a really good job of...
And they did that all in under 5 seasons.
You know
That's really interesting.
Really interesting. They told a really up and down story for Issa.
And that's a testament to her show running and her writing. Like that is her show. That's a big deal.
What's ironically amazing about it is I feel like the position that she was literally in her real life progressed as her character progressed.
Yeah, that is very true.
Because if you go back and watch the first season, second season, she's wearing nothing but t-shirts, rap t-shirts, quote shirts. By season 4, GQ'd out, different hairstyle every episode, braids,
right,
perms, all types of shit. All types. And you're just like, wow. And she looks really more put together. Right. And it speaks like to where she's at in her current state as a character and as where she is in her real life. Right. So I was like, she found a way to do that. And I think it was important because of where she came from with the YouTube stuff. Because
it still feels like a documentary-esque, but it isn't a documentary.
And you still feel like you're watching her journey.
Right.
If you were there for Awkward Black Girl for all those years, you just been watching her grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. That is even when you're watching her show. So it's like it's pretty cool.
You get a view into both parts of her growth.
Yeah.
Like you got to see it actually on the screen, but you also get to see it being executed in other ways.
She got married in real life. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how this happens.
Who do you think deserves a spinoff on the show? If there's one person you could be like, yeah, I could watch their story. I would like to know more about that person.
Who's the goofy friend?
Kelly. Yeah, that's who I was gonna say too. I need Kelly to get a show
because Kelly's like just constantly funny, and they never give her a lot of depth.
No,
which I feel like I would love to know her story.
Yeah, definitely.
But she's such an interesting add-on to all the episodes and all the situations they put her in. And I'm like, this is great.
Perfect zhuzh.
Right amount of zhuzh. And again, we don't know anything, so her story's not spoiled, so you can do whatever you want.
You got a little glimpse into it when Amanda Seale's character doesn't bring her to prepare the baby shower. So, and you saw that, even that, they touch on postpartum depression.
Oh, so good.
Like,
it was really good. It was really good.
What show does
what
that?
What a thought, like the way they interwove those stories, just mwah.
It reminds me a lot about I May Destroy You. Like just the way that they touched on certain aspects in growing up that you don't see in shows.
Rarely.
You don't see people mixing Molly and other drugs together and telling you what's gonna happen based on taking what. Right. You're doing this because, I need to level out.
I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
You see them level out. Like, you know what I mean? You see a girl freaking go to a bar, meet one guy, end up leaving with 2 and having a threesome. When have you seen that in the show?
That's true.
So, and then
that's true. I did forget about that. Yeah.
The episode where that's the same episode where dude friggin' is having sex with her in the other room and she's on her period. Oh, yeah. And you don't really see TV shows show someone having sex with someone on their period. Right. And then he takes up the blood clot that comes out of her. Do you remember that part? And he's examining the blood clot and asking questions. And she's kind of giving him a tutorial on what periods are. They're giving men a tutorial.
This is what it is. It's very interesting. Like, it's such an art, skillfully crafted show that feels like many movies put together to tell really rich stories, but it's just a TV show. Like, it's really well done.
It's well done because to be able to convey that message and get it across and educate someone without it feeling preachy or forced, it's like, it was great. I would love love if Issa and Michaela did something together. Because that would be insane, I think. And they were linked together after.
That would be. I'll be really
Emmys.
interested. I'll be really interested in that.
They were together in the Emmys, and they're so creative. The both of them,
And
they're
really
both young,
brilliant writers.
Brilliant writers.
Really
strong
brilliant writers.
Funny.
Very funny. I think
they
it'd be good.
act funny.
And they can both of them. Very important.
I would not mind a cop movie with the both of them. Because that's the easiest thing to do when
Or
you
they're
have
like,
two
or
celebrities,
they're jewel
right?
thieves.
Something like
Something
that.
like
yeah,
not
drug
buddy,
dealers
like
would be
the
funny as fuck.
buddy cop, but not buddy cop.
Super bad. Issa, Michaela. Come on. But the
With
black version.
But they're trying to like move drugs.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yo, no,
They run like a little mini enterprise.
They deserve.
It's really.
something like
It's
that.
actually really a movie about small businesses. Like, like it's one of those.
They would do that. They would promote like actual small businesses. In it too. Yeah, no, that would be dope.
Or you know what? Who would also I'd like to see in that group? Robin Thede.
She's in that group by
Right.
default.
But I would
Because
like to
she's
see
like
if they're
she's like Issa's protege at this point.
basically, yeah.
You know, she made her the star and lead of Black Girl comedy. Black Girl
Sketch Show.
Black Girl sketch show. Yeah,
Yeah.
She made her like the lead of that and
Right.
the head writer of that show.
Yeah.
So,
And Larry Wilmore is part of the folks that kind of supported
Larry,
that as well.
man.
That
We
nigga.
gotta talk about Larry
That
being
nigga.
the new Kelsey.
He is the
He's the new Kelsey Grammer.
he's the Barry Gordy.
Is he?
He's the Barry Gordy of black TV shows.
Well, what was the first one? It's not My Wife and Kids. Was it My Wife and Kids?
No, it's the Bernie Mac show.
Bernie Mac. I'm thinking I'm a black comedian that has
Bernie
a funny
Mac, the
family.
Jamie Foxx show too. That
Wow.
whole BET hours, the Steve Harvey, like all of that is all him.
Wow.
Because once he gets one done, he gets the conversation going for another one, and then whether it spins off, it spins off. Larry Wilmore's everywhere. He's got his fingerprints everywhere, man.
Jeez, that guy.
He had a run. This is why niggas go to him like he's the godfather of blackness. He's like, this guy got a lot of shit on TV.
Dog,
That high yellow Larry Wilmore. That's
he
my
might
guy.
be the new Godfather.
I'm telling you, he's got a podcast, Black on the Air, and when he talks about
Fresh Prince, one episode. Sister, multiple years. In Living Color. Jamie Foxx show, the PJs. Holy shit. Teen Angel.
Remember Teen Angel?
Wow. That's a throwback.
Wow,
Whoopi.
Teen Angel.
When she had,
Had that one TV show. Remember, I'm telling you, man, this guy's
The
a legend.
Office, one episode. Bernie Mac show. Blackish, Insecure, Grownish. Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's a god. He's
A
god
legend.
tier. We need to do a tier list one day
Ooh, of black creators.
of anything. It's a bunch of tier lists. We can create them and then
Was it
just
like
go-
last Halloween we did a list of... Did we do a list? Or did Bad Dads? We did that one.
And that was the only list we've ever done.
No, I feel like we did another list.
Maybe we need to speak to a therapist. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Issa does next. Obviously, rap shit
Obviously.
is coming up. Black Girl Sketch Show is still around, and I think she has one other show.
And there's a movie coming out too that I think she's in.
Okay. Yeah, with a brown guy,
Yes.
and they robbed something. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. No.
Did that just come out or is that coming out?
I think it's still coming out. I don't think it's. Out
I don't think
yet.
it's out yet.
Yeah, no, I seen the trailer for it.
But
in the
you know
theater.
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I do. It's like they link up for
They
a blind
steal
date.
something-
It's called Blind Date.
That sounds right.
I think it's called Blind Date, where it's like they're on a blind date,
And then
some
something
shit
happens to their car, and then all of a sudden now they're on the run, but
It's like
they're
a
running
whole bunch of shit. Yeah, they're on the run for murder, but it wasn't them or some shit like that.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what she does. She obviously has her record label, radio, as well.
Is that all going to be under HBO?
I have no idea.
I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Because HBO is like, again, they
should.
don't miss
Listen,
as of
they
late.
should. She should stick with that relationship, honestly.
Well, because they have such a catalog, and their catalogs tend to do well in perpetuity too. Like even after you're done, the
Yeah.
show makes money on the back end because everybody wants to stream it or finding on cable.
Yeah.
But now they just got a new one. They're not waiting for another one. Succession just dropped.
Well, we'll know how well their relationship went throughout the years based on what happens after the show is done. If she continues to work with
Sure.
them. I mean,
Sure.
in terms of what HBO provides, I don't think you want to go anywhere else for that. I think that's
why would you?
Why would you? It
And they're
doesn't make
picking
any
up
sense.
they're picking up more like TV show live content where it's like broadcasty type
Yeah.
things. So they're even broadening on like the talk show perspective as well.
Yeah, that's good. Alec Baldwin.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's really bad, eh? That's nuts. Jeez, rest in peace. That's really terrible.
Peace to Helena Hutchins, director of photography on that set.
Yeah.
I can't remember. What was it called?
Rust.
Also, Joel Souza was shot using a prop gun that Alec Baldwin was using on set.
So 2 people got shot.
Yeah, he accidentally shot the director of photography, Helena Hutchins, and then also shot the director of the film, Joel Souza. Yeah.
There was like after the Brendan Lee, who was Bruce Lee's in The Crow, he was also fatally shot with a prop gun. But after that incident, a lot of people's like the industry said that they were having. They're always in the prop department. There's always got to be somebody there to make sure the gun's fake or make sure that if they're using those not imitation guns, but the real guns, but they're clogged up, make sure that's sealed up properly.
Yeah,
there's supposed to be somebody there exclusively for that.
Well, when you think of how many sets and moving parts there are on sets and stuff like that.
Listen, man, if they can do stop motion movies,
it's very easy for them. Listen, they forget to mic people up sometimes. I've seen it. So if they can forget to mic people up, they can forget to check a gun if they think it's a prop.
Yeah,
you're not thinking there's bullets in there, anyways.
But it's not like necessarily has to be the actor because like you can't blame Alec for that.
The investigation is still pending.
They're not.
We don't know.
The jury's still out.
Listen. Alec Baldwin could have been handed the prop gun, and he said, "This is my time. This is my time." Pulled out the
director of photography.
Pulled out the real one. She hasn't gotten him a coffee once. All right. She asked everyone else on set, "What do you want?" Not Alec. He said, "Not today, baby." That could happen. I'm just saying it's a scenario we got to think of.
Not today, baby.
It's a scenario that could happen. The very disposition you have against it makes me think he could have thought of it.
Sure.
You gotta rule out everything, man.
There are no knowns, there's no unknowns. Unknown unknowns. But that's nuts.
Hey man, I
shouldn't say it's nuts, but obviously they're gonna have to investigate that too. Yeah. Like any normal investigation.
It's beyond me.
It's more of a negligence. It's more negligence. That's what it is.
Well,
it's, like if anything, it's a rushed prop department, a rushed production.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, is what I'm saying.
No. Oh, lawsuits will be soon.
I think you need criminal. This is
this is liability. No, this is liability.
No, but you can't go to jail, manslaughter.
Yes, you can for criminal negligence. Yes, you can go to jail.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But it's negligence though. Negligence is if a factory starts pumping out bad cars and people start crashing, it's criminal negligence. People go to jail for that.
Yeah, exactly. But
if you were supposed to make sure the gun was who?
The person who did not double check the gun.
They could, because that's part of criminal negligence.
Yeah, because it's like, dog, your job. This is like maybe one of the most important jobs on set.
This is the job. You're the only reason why you're hired on this set right now is to make sure.
This.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I can't help but think it's either you let it happen or you're just dumb and should be locked up and think about what you did. It's like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy.
I think there's a good conversation for that. I think that could probably very much
That's crazy.
Happen. And especially with the audacity, and the community is very upset about this, right? Like the whole movie community is, especially the tech department, they're all like, bro, this should never have happened.
Think of it this way. You're on set now, tomorrow, 6 a.m.
For a gun
Guns. Everyone's got PTSD and they weren't even there.
Oh, and by the way, we're on shot.
We're on time. So we're losing light, people.
We're losing time, folks.
We're losing light. So it's like, that's very traumatizing, bro. If I was on set today,
you're not going to feel good.
I'm not feeling good about it. I'm triple checking everything.
Of course. Check this again for me, please. Can you check this again for me, please?
Yeah, no, we're going over shoot time.
We're going back to swords.
You guys got to pay extra for this slot because it made me look up other disasters that have happened on set.
Oh, did you see the one about the Twilight Zone movie?
No,
where the helicopter crashed. Yeah, there was a helicopter crash and it killed an actor and 2 child actors.
An actor and 2 child actors. When did this happen?
Like in the 80s, early 80s.
Wow. Oh, there it is. 1983. The movie was a production effort from Steven Spielberg, using multiple directors to film 3 short films to play as a feature. It was a wonderful idea. The scene was to represent a racist man played by Vic Morrow walking in the Twilight Zone, aka Vietnam War, where he was forced to deal with his personal shortcomings in an effort to save 2 innocent children. In a scene that involved plenty of pyro, firefights, and a low-flying helicopter, high winds and pyrotechnics forced the helicopter into the path of Vic Morrow and 2 children who were running through a small pond. The helicopter crashed, the rotor struck Vic and 1 child, killing them instantly. The other child was crushed by the skids.
It's an utterly tragic story.
Holy shit. That's insane.
It's when you hear these tragedies, it's like the negligence on set, and I think somebody went to jail for that, if I'm not mistaken.
The Crow is the one.
The Crow is the one with Brandon Lee.
There's an Avengers one.
Really? Oh yeah, somebody in a motorcycle died recently, and somebody in a motorcycle died on John Wick.
Oh wow! While performing a stunt on the Avengers that required him to fall 30 feet off a building, Fitzgerald got his foot caught, which resulted in his head slamming into a brick. The impact tore off a large part of his scalp, but rather than go to the hospital, Fitzgerald just slapped a bandage on the wound and went back to work.
Jesus.
As it turns out, Fitzgerald was incredibly lucky, as he was very close to hitting an extremely sharp rain gutter that could have sliced off much more than a piece of scalp had he come in contact with it.
That's absurd.
Bro.
And these things people just willingly are like, yeah, gotta go to work. I'm a stunt person. This is what I do.
But this is my thing. How do you hold someone accountable during acting? Like, that's what needs to be a movie. Somebody shoots someone or stabs someone and you don't know if it was real or not. You got to determine. Because look at this one, Fury. What we do know is that while practicing an action sequence, one stuntman accidentally stabbed another with the bayonet attached to the muzzle on his rifle. Now, how do you know that guy just doesn't like stabbing people?
It's my lucky stabbing hand. You don't. You don't.
He's been practicing fighting his whole life.
Is that you're trying to figure out?
That's what stuntmen.
The perfect crime.
A lot of stuntmen are technically trained in
and martial arts and whatnot.
Martial arts,
for sure,
whatever.
For sure.
And so, like,
great YouTube channel, Stuntmen React. I mean, they're
Stuntmen React.
Yeah, they're digital artists, like they're tech guys, but then they get stuntmen to come in on every so often, and they talk about and they look at different segments of film where like a stuntman has to do a thing, and they're like, ooh, here's how you would have done it. That guy's probably padded. He's using a wire. Like they break down the film.
I like those. I like the body language guy on YouTube.
Oh, that guy's terrible.
He's great. Ugh. Why don't you like? Wait, the bald guy? Is he bald?
No, the guy with the...
Yeah, no, he's a different guy then. Okay. I was like, hey, if you saw this guy, you'd like him automatically. He breaks down like YouTubers' apology videos.
Oh.
And he gives you their body language and tells you which ones are lying or not. And it's a telltale signs that even me and you as people watchers would be like,
there it is. Nice try.
But he breaks it down.
Interesting.
See when the eyes flutter like that, and he'll replay the video, and he'll show you when they're like apologizing and their eyes like flutter or they roll their eyes, and he'll tell you this is deflection or this is this.
Right.
And when people do this, it's because they're doing
sheltering
this.
Emotion for this.
Exactly,
Whatever.
It's amazing. He breaks it down so well. But yeah, no, there's a lot of shitty stuff that has happened on sets of movies. Kate Winslet experienced hypothermia on Titanic.
Yeah. Somebody almost got waterboarded by accident.
On the actual production, the ship model left many battered and bruised, with several sustaining more serious injuries: fractured face, broken legs, lacerated spleen.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
A lacerated spleen.
I always wondered how people didn't get hurt in that Titanic scene where they're just fucking sliding
floating
down
away,
and
just
bouncing off shit. I was like, is that CGI in 1999?
Yeah, that's early CGI.
Goddamn, James Cameron.
Jurassic Park levels of CGI.
James Cameron, always in the year 3050 before us. Of probably the most notable one is Passion of the Christ. The dude who played Jesus got struck by lightning twice on set. You guys ever hear about that? Guy who played Passion of the Christ. Guy who played Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Jim Caviezel got struck by...
And his name was JC, so people are like, yo. People were like, yo, Jesus really struck that nigga twice. He's like, nah. You ain't playing it right.
Not Jim Caviezel. Yeah, JC.
My man JC.
It had to be him.
Crazy, man.
Don't you hate when your lightning bolt goes to the wrong JC? That's nuts. I did not even put two and two together. I did not even know Jimmy Caviezel got struck by lightning twice.
He
Meanwhile, Mel
and
Gibson
his body armor failed to protect his ribs, so while being whipped, he felt the blunt of the bro, and he separated his shoulder while carrying the cross. Why would they give him such a heavy actual cross?
You gotta feel it. He's a method actor.
You gotta feel it. We want you to feel this one out.
We want you to feel this one
Separate
out.
your shoulder. I'm fucking killing that director.
Jesus would keep going. So can we get 5 more feet out of you? Thanks.
Oh my goodness.
Mel Gibson directed that too, eh?
Indeed.
That's a Mel Gibson production.
I mean, one of the last Mel Gibson productions.
Well, Apocalypto, I feel like would be his last. No.
Wasn't Passion of Christ after?
No.
No?
No. Apocalypto was like his first one.
Yeah, but I'm saying Passion of Christ was after, no? Apocalypto 2006. Passion of the Christ 2004. 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to watch that. My brother was laughing in the theater.
Passion of the Christ?
Yeah. During the beating scene. That's a set. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to make sure.
That's a bit.
Yeah, no, he started laughing because remember they walk around with a little demon baby.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's supposed to be like the devil
right.
watching Jesus get beat up or whatever. That baby looked hilarious. I'm sorry. That shit. That was the ugliest baby I ever seen in my life. Who volunteered that baby? Who says yeah?
We're looking for a demon baby.
If your child looks like a duppy, please submit to info at
done.
Call back, baby. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Concession Stand. Another week, another classic. I'm Marlon.
I've been Gabe.
Peace.
Doses.